Hello chess lovers, a very warm welcome to our YouTube channel from Nalanda Chess Academy Shimoga. Please subscribe and join us in the pursuit of chess excellence. In our last game, we covered the topic speedy development of pieces. We saw the game in Danish Gambit and we saw how white sacrificed material in order to gain developmental advantage and won the game easily. So today we are going to cover another game on the same topic. So this is a game played by one of the great legends, Paul Morphy, in 1858 in Paris versus consultants. So white plays e4 and black replies with e5. We are going to look at some of the technical terms in every game. And if you remember, we spoke about the terms decoy and deflection in our last game. So today also we are going to cover new games. If you are able to make a note of these games, I'm sure you would start building your chess vocabulary. So the next move played by white is knight f3 and black replies with d6 supporting the e5 pawn. White plays d4. So this is the Philidor defense and this is one of the most popular lines even to this day. So black has many options like knight d7 or knight f6 or even e into d4, but here black chooses to play bishop g4. So this is not a great move in this position. So white punishes it by playing d into e5. So if black recaptures the pawn d into e5, so he gets into a losing position immediately. So instead black chooses to take the knight first, bishop into f3. So now queen into f3, and now black recaptures the pawn d into e5, and white simply continues with development bishop c4. If you observe, so this is not just any ordinary developmental move. Bishop c4 also has a mating threat on f7, that is queen into f7 is a mating threat. So now black has to defend against this. So knight f6, and white continues with queen b3. So here we have another term, double attack. So bishop f6 is a threat and also queen into b7. So we have two threats here from white. And bishop f7 followed by queen e6 will be a checkmate, a mating threat. So black obviously wants to defend his king, so he wants to go for queen e7, or rather black has played queen e7. Now if white wants to go for queen into b7, now black will neutralize the attack by playing queen b4 check and exchanging the queen. So here Paul Morphy does not want to go for that. Instead he plays knight c3, which is a developmental move, and also queen b5 b4 check is avoided here. Now queen into b7 is the next threat. So black wants to defend the b7 pawn. So black plays c6, and white continues with development bishop g5. So this is called a pin, a relative pin. Here knight is pinned because if the knight is removed, if the knight is moved, then the queen is under attack. So this is a relative pin. So if you see, all the black's pieces are stuck here. They are on their original positions. The bishop is stuck, the rook is stuck, the knight is still in its original position. So he wants to make some progress here and he wants to try to kick out white's pieces. So black plays b5, pawn b5, trying to kick out the bishop. So instead of retreating, what does Paul Morphy do? He sacrifices another piece, knight into b5, c into b5, and bishop b5 check, and black plays knight b d7. So this is an absolute pin. So now this knight on d7 is pinned by the bishop because you cannot lift this because the king is under attack. So now white plays 000. This is called long castle, and again the knight on d7 is attacked. So black wants to support it with rook d8. And how do you suppose PaulMorphy would continue this game? Rook into d7. That is the reply from PaulMorphy. And black continues with rook into d7. Now, the last piece for white, the rook also comes into play. Rook d1. Again, the rook is also pinned by the bishop on b4. So all the pieces are stuck. Black is unable to make any move here. So in an attempt to free himself, black plays queen e6. So there is an attempt to exchange the pieces here, exchange the queen. So now white plays bishop into d7 check. So now black is happy to exchange or take the bishop with the knight. So let me pause. Can you pause this game and look for the best continuation for PaulMorphy? I can say that there is a mate in two. Please pause the game and let me give you a moment. Okay. For those of you who are able to find the move, congratulations. And the rest of you, please enjoy the show. Queen b8 is the move played by PaulMorphy. So there is no other move to apart from accepting the queen sacrifice, knight into b8. So the next move is the blow, final blow, rook d8 checkmate. So if you see, black still has four pieces on the board. He has a queen and a rook and a bishop and a knight. So all the pieces on the board, and white has only two pieces, a rook and a bishop, enough to checkmate the black king. How wonderful is this, right? So this is a dream game. Every move of the white is a threat. White has always given a threat from the move one. So I'm sure many of you would draw inspiration from this game. So this has been an inspiration for many of the chess players. I hope you're able to take a leaf out of Paul Morphy's game. Thank you.